What's up, you guys? I'm Chelsea.
I'm Darius.
This is going to be our podcast. Definitely want to welcome you guys to the very first. Got some good topics for you guys.
Yeah.
Been waiting to kind of drop this, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. First subject we do have is going to be talking about Lamelo Ball. So, as far as with Melo, I feel like the young man has developed into something great and spectacular. The potential is there. It's kind of like he's one of those phenom kids. It's like if you thought Lonzo or something, it's like Melo takes it to like 10 times. The athleticism is ridiculous, and it looks like he's finally 100% focused on his game. He's looking bigger, stronger, and honestly, everything looks good in Australia right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think his shot obviously got a whole lot better, more consistent. I think for him, it's just going to be that defensive end. His offensive package is way above everybody in his family, but that defensive, the tangibles are there. He just got to put in the effort, but it looks like he's trying, man. So
Yeah, definitely.
I can respect that.
It's like I kind of hope that eventually, like when it comes down to it, if all three of them could end up on the team, I would love to see that happen. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like that would just be phenomenal.
Cause I feel like Jello, I feel like every team needs a shooter, and Jello's a great shooter. He's the best shooter out of all of them. He's honestly the best scorer out of all of them.
Exactly.
It's just his body type, and it's like that's pretty much it. But
yeah, I think it's like one of those things where it's like when I look at Jello and his body type, it's almost like I get like baseball and like football vibes. And honestly more baseball than football. I think honestly, had he explored other sports, I don't really know what he did in high school, but I'm pretty sure it was just like basketball. I mean, it's one of those things where I would have loved to have seen him have a backup plan, which I mean, who's to say he's not working right now in the gym, getting ready to be on a team? Like, we don't even know. Like, he might make it to Summer League, he might make it to G League, we don't even know. He might actually get signed. And honestly, it's like with the draft coming up, it's like you got these early crazy predictions where it's like apparently Melo's supposed to be number one in everybody's kind of checkboard list, and then it's like even if LiAngelo made second round, that would be phenomenal for their family. And then looking at this week's scores for Tennessee Titans, we did go ahead and grab that W, so shout out to them. When I think of the Titans, honestly, I feel like maybe we have something that actually clicks for once. I feel like everybody that's from Tennessee, we kind of like, every year we're going to go for the Titans, and then if and when they disappoint us, then we move on. Like, I know me, usually I'm a Saints, but I mean, my number one team is Pittsburgh. But we're definitely taking hits this year, so I just feel like Titans, if they can stay consistent, keep Mariota fresh, have that O-line be, one of those standout O-lines. Like, I mean, at this point, like, we've got Derrick Henry. It's just, everything's finally clicking, even with the coaching. Like, I think it's one of those things where you can have so much talent, but if the coach is not the right coach, it throws everything off.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, honestly, like with the Titans, I'm still not on there. I mean, they're in the right step. They're going forward. It's just I have to see it to believe it for me.
So,
I mean, Marcus is my dude. Derrick Henry, he's the truth. I just don't believe in that old line right now. That's just the only weakness. I just really don't believe in.
Sure.
But other than that, I mean, they going somewhere. It's just going to take time for them to build and just for them to trust each other and just to get better.
Definitely. And also, speaking of the NFL, looking at OBJ, awful tag team that happened to him this weekend. That's one of those things, I don't know, it's like football, I guess, is just one of those things where you can always get hurt, but that seems excessive, I'm not going to lie.
That was way over the top, and for him not to get like a suspension or something like that. But I mean, like, honestly, I feel like OBJ started it in the video because, honestly, OBJ, he's so emotional and, like, he just takes it over the bar. Like, when he's not getting his way, if he's not playing good and somebody's stopping him or something like that, like, he just get emotional and he just retaliates, and it's just... And
then it's kind of like, I guess, even with the future of the Browns, you know, they come up on top, but no roughhousing. You know what I mean? You're not going to do that to somebody on the Patriots, I'm pretty sure. You're not going to do that to anybody on the Cowboys, I'm pretty for sure. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, remember that just how you're trying to feed your family is like, so is Odell. At the end of the day, like, y'all are trying to sit here and like injure somebody to the point to where they're not even going to be able, you know, to have a career if it went bad, you know. And we've seen those games where, you know, guys have had their legs completely snap, and it might have been an accident, but when you reevaluate most of those terrible injuries, it's always something crazy. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, even in the NBA, you know, I get why they have it to where if somebody dunks, like, don't be up under the basket, because, you know, that could be you that's under that big guy that's like 6'8" or 7'2", you know, and then you're crushed. Now, next up, we do have the top 4 predictions for college football. Who you got?
I mean, Alabama's going to have to go number 1. I'm not an Alabama fan, but they're always number
roll
1.
Tide.
I'm going to have Clemson at my number 2. Oklahoma at number 3. Only because my boy Jalen Hurts, he really killing it. And number 4, that's, I don't know, like, I don't even know who number 4 could be, but I'll just keep that one open for right now.
Okay.
What about you?
I think when it comes down to the top 4, as an Alabama fan, folks is going to get at me for this, but I'm going to have to give number 1 to Clemson, number 2 to Alabama. Number 3, I'm definitely going to predict that in a tough running, it's going to be Georgia, and the number 4 is definitely going to be Oklahoma. But it could be a hit or miss.
Yeah.
But I think right now, the top 4, those are the only teams that are going to be consistent this year. You look at the whole staff and the programs that all of those teams have, and it's like right now they have the whole package. You know, it's one of those things to where, like, Nick Saban, as a coach, that man has the best recruiting.
Hands down.
Like, hands down. Hands down.
Yes.
It's like, if you got a call from Alabama, are you going to say no? Heck no. Like, you're going to answer yes, I'm coming to Alabama. Like, Tuscaloosa all day. And then, you know, Tua, his brother is on the team. So that's going to be definitely interesting to watch them kind of play with each other more and pretty much just be able to advance. And if Tua, I don't know if he's going to be in the top picks for or votes for Heisman. If Trevor Lawrence, if he ends up with the same year this year as he did last year, he could very well, I think, be the Heisman winner. Just because he started as a true freshman, you know, that's very rare. But, I mean, those are just quarterbacks that I can think of. But, yeah, as far as top 4, I think that's going to be the solid standpoint. Definitely, for sure. And then, honestly, if anything bad goes wrong, I can't even really think of any teams that would be, like, on that 5 and 6 that would bump up. Because I think those top 4 are just they're going to stay there. So, next up, we have top outfits, just celebrity-wise. Who you got?
You got to, like, narrow it down, like, NBA, NFL, like, just celebrity overall.
Let's see.
We do different categories. NBA, I'm going to say, like, Kelly Oubre, because, like, that man, he's just a fashion icon. He doesn't have any type of, like anybody helping him out or anything like that. He does it all by himself. Like, that's my team. You?
I think with the NBA, if I really had to narrow it down, this is going to sound crazy, but honestly, it's like when LeBron went to LA, his swag changed.
It did, but I feel like that last year in Cleveland, he was really he was really doing stuff, but he does have a designer though. That's the only thing.
That's true. And really, honestly, it's like when you bring that up, it's like that does make a large difference, because it's kind of one of those things where it's like once you have a designer and a stylist, I mean, it's not really your ideas. It's just like you're the model.
I mean, like, you can put input, but it's like at the end of the day, it's their vision,
right?
And you just manage it.
Exactly. That's very, very true. Who you got for NFL?
NFL, I mean, I like Odell, but like his fits sometimes just be way too out there, way too wild. I ain't really been seeing any people. I like Deshaun Watson. I like his fits.
That's valid. That's valid.
You?
I gotta give it to OBJ, just because I don't know. It's something about his style. I mean, even though like he was famous for his hair, you know,
it's unique.
It's like now. I mean, it didn't even change anything. If anything, it made him more suave. It made him look like. It's like he went from like, dang, you a snack to like you're a meal. And it's like on the retrospect for guys, that's also a benefit because for y'all, it's kind of like, dang, if OBJ getting them like that, I can kind of, you know what I'm saying, I can at least find it on Fashion Nova if I ain't got 700 for the fear of God, you know what I'm saying? So
that Richard Millie, that's only that's the thing that set me off. Like
he
that,
showed out.
Richard Millie, and then his cleats on the court, not on the field. Oh my God, like
phenomenal.
Yeah,
that man. It's like honestly, when I think of something like that, it gives me those vibes where it's like it makes other outfits kind of look silly.
Yeah,
I give it that. Like when I look at Cam, for example, it's like, Cam, bro, what are you doing? Like
a couple years ago, I would have been like Cam, but like
his hair, he looks like a church mother. Like I can't like.
And like honestly, like right now in fashion, I feel like it's so saturated, especially with like all like the industries and all like the big major brands and all that. They just putting out just whack ideas, and it's just like the common person ain't gonna wear this.
That's
like,
true.
Ain't nobody gonna wear that. But it's like,
because it's like, I mean, even as as great as Kanye is, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, you know, some of those clothes they sit on the website for a reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you literally took a T-shirt, drug it through the mud, ripped one arm off, and was like, Yeezy season like 15 at this point. Like, not really. But it's a simple fact of it's like, how many seasons are you going to put up the same? Like, really, the only thing that matters is the shoes. And that's not only just with comfort. I give it that because Boost technology is like, I haven't found anything like, and honestly, my Ultra Boosts are actually way more comfortable than any Yeezy that I have. But that Boost alone just gives it that extra, like, yes.
Yeah. I feel like with his Yeezys as the shoes, like, again, too many colorways, too many saturated, and then like all the like the element, like the salt, what's the other one, like the blush, like
once you start being in the same little pastels, I mean, even with the I believe it was like the Geode had came out, and I was like, bro, this is the same shoe that just came out like 2 months ago, but it's like, bro, yes. And sometimes it's just the difference in material. It's like with this material, this color looks a little different versus with this material, it's a little darker or something like that. So it's like, it's almost like but I can't fault Ye at the same time because it's like Jordan did it. Yeah. They're continuously doing it. Right.
But it's just like, I mean,
like ones are oversaturated.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like, but Jordan's is going to be like iconic.
That's true.
I mean, Yeezys are iconic, but it's like Jordans will never like.
They would never fade out. That is true.
But like, I like where he's going with the dang, I can't remember the number, but the new ones, like I'm thinking about getting them when they come out.
Yeah, I think it's like I think he's got a bunch of like V2 versions coming out.
It's like
so
the V3.
Like, yeah, V3s. Yeah,
I think I might have copped those because those are way different, and it's like.
They said that basketball shoe, though, I don't know. That's the one shoe. I think it's more of a what you would call like lifestyle shoe versus like actual like basketball shoes. Because like the boots, I'm not gonna lie, the boots are ugly.
They are, but I mean, I can see where you could just rock them. You just gotta.
Yeah.
But now, honestly, like Jerry Lorenzo, like I like his essential, like I like the idea of the bagginess, like the comfortability, just the versatility. I can see him not topping Ye, but like.
I mean, it's gonna be honestly.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as one gets here, the next one's like, oh yeah, I gotta top, because you can kind of tell that. They basically have the same demographic.
They do.
And so it's like...
It's just one's Adidas, the other's Nike.
Right.
And then honestly, like Virgil with his Louis Vuitton, like...
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't really heard about Virgil.
I'm gonna put it like this, like, there's so many, like, off-white, like...
collabs.
Yes, and like honestly, when I think of everything, it all comes back to Supreme.
It do.
Because Supreme started literally, you know what I'm saying? It's like Supreme was like, oh, I'm a collab with Louis V. I'm a collab with Nike. Like, there's literally Supreme Air Maxes. There's Supreme Honda that just came out. Like, bro, at this point, there's like Supreme, literally anything you could think of. It's
yeah,
there.
they just slap it on the names.
Bro, Supreme right there, and all of a sudden it is $3,000 on resale.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, you go to StockX, and like sometimes I look at this stuff and I'm like, bro, like I know the verification process takes a little bit longer, but like if I can get it on like a Poshmark, and I know that it's just somebody that bought it off a hype and now they're trying to get rid of it because, you know, they want more money, then it's one of those things where I don't really care, because, you know, if it takes me 3 weeks to bargain with you to get that price, like, bro, you know you're not gonna sell that. Come on, like, go ahead and sell that for, you know, about 75% off. You got it. You had to buy it. Like, I have like Supreme bags that I got, and like at that time those were like super saturated. Like, it was really hard to find like a real one.
Yeah. Oh, they love me that story time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
God, yeah. Oh, snap. But like, I mean, honestly, I feel like Travis Scott. I was like listening to a video, and they was talking about how Travis Scott like can low key like eclipse Ye, but it's like because like all these like Jordans with Jordan collabs and stuff.
Yeah, he
like
got
that.
a lot of forces that came up. Those jumps were fresh.
Like forces are, especially the ones with like the attachment like Nike sign and all
Exactly.
that. Oh my god! I saw somebody put on like an all white Converse, like just a silver Nike. Like,
And I mean, honestly though, it's like, even when you think about Travis, he's had 2 different cereal box covers come out for the Cactus Jack joints. So it's like, Travis is innovating a lot of stuff. Now, I will say this though, I don't want to be kind of like, I guess, one of those people to where it's like I'm taking away any credit, but sometimes I wonder would Travis have gotten this popular without Kylie?
Yeah, because they was talking about like a couple years ago, like he would have like concerts and stuff like that, and it's like nobody was going. It was like they did like somebody brought up, it was like name a Travis Scott song, and then it's like much less like name a lyric, and it's like I mean I listened to Travis Scott, and it was like at the moment it was like I couldn't name anything, but then I started thinking, I was like, what about that, like, you know, something about the window, like, like
I mean, you could do the same thing honestly almost with Chance. It's like these are like hype beasts. And not even just hype beasts. These are just like rappers that at the end of the day, honestly, sometimes I think they're industry plants.
Yeah,
because it's like really it's like really when I think about it, you narrow it down and it's like name 3 good songs off of Chance's projects. Like all put together. 3 songs. So you can pick 1 song off of each project. Go. And anybody will sit there and be like, most of the song.
But I mean, like, if you really listen to Chance, though.
I mean, Chance is popping, but are you gonna listen to it
like,
long term?
I'm telling you, yeah, nah. Cause like right now, my rotation, the baby, Lil Baby, Gunna,
Yeah.
A little bit of that Post Malone, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where public, please do not murder me for this, but I think people are finally realizing that you can listen to what you really like and
kill for it.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, I guess basically how I've always stated was whatever the new hype is gonna be, I bet you Drake gonna be on that joint somehow, some way. And the relevancy thing, that's number 1 in the rap game. If you're not relevant, it doesn't matter. Like, you can go, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, it's like Fetty Wap, who's calling for this? This man literally was on Love and Hip Hop, and like honestly, that's when you're like not relevant. Mind you, you've got people that have flipped the script. Cardi B, she started off, you know what I'm saying? She was, but at the same time, it's like kind of one of those things where if Cardi B had been a dark skinned girl, would she had made it off of, you know, public TV like that? So it's like one of those things where the relevancy. Cardi B was all on there fighting. She was low key in the
Like,
studio, but yeah, it's like, when was Bodak Yellow recorded? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because that's what put her on the map. And then it's like, even if you did that, then you got to go back to Kodak.
Speaking of that song, I remember because I was in high school at the time, and I was just hear females just singing it. I'm talking about every single race, and I was like, look, it's still connected to 2019.
Exactly. Because it's like, when Cardi B came out with Bodak Yellow, that was like the first song where like females could really be in the club, and it's like, the last time females could really be on the song rapping was 32 flavors of my Bootylicious bubblegum. And it's one of those things where it's like, you go from that to now we hustlers. We can get money. We can be doing this, doing that. And it's like, dang. Because I ain't gonna lie, Meg took the whole year. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Lizzo. I don't know what Lizzo is, but like at the same time, like I respect her music because she's popular. But at the same time, as far as rappers, Megan took over like Hot Girl Summer, bruh. Like
that one blew up. Like,
oh my god, City Girl. Oh my god, bro.
City Girls, man.
They be like, it's City Girls, but yet it's Carisha.
Right.
Like, oh, JT getting out. Where? Like, honestly, it's one of those things where the only reason why I don't feel bad for JT is because I've been in a situation where my bank account was messed with. And so it's one of those things where it's not cool. Like, if I sat there and worked hard for my money, what's wrong with you? You know, and it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, stealing is, I mean, if you're going to steal from people, like, if you're that good at hacking systems and, like, doing stuff like that, like, you could put that to use. Like, you could be an entrepreneur. Like, you could be doing anything. You could have went to computer technology if you're that smart. Like, it don't even make sense. But, honestly, when it comes to City Girls, if and when JT gets out, I'll put it like this. They either going to really rise or there's going to be nothing.
I don't see it.
Because Carisha, you know what I'm saying, she pregnant now.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I can't stand them like that. that just demeanor that I just, like Megan, like I can mess with Megan a little bit, but still it's
like she be driving the boat a lot. Yeah. Like, yeah. She had a lot of folks driving the boat. Like she with money bag, and it's like, bruh. But I mean, it is what it is, because I mean, I guess celebrities, they end up in relationships and stuff like that anyway. So
I honestly like you be talking about politics a lot. Like that's politics. Like,
yeah, it's like these are two popping people, and it's like the only thing with Moneybag is like at this point he's just got to elevate.
Yeah. Like,
I'm gonna put it like this: if he'll come up with a little bit more versatility in his rap style, come up with a little bit more variation in the beats that he uses, because sometimes I feel like it comes down to the loyalty too. Like, you know what I'm saying, if you've got that one producer that you're really, really loyal to, like, it be certain songs come on, I'll be like, dang, that's DJ Mustard. Like, I know automatically that it's that man. Or like, for example, with what's that guy's name? Khaled is so like possessive. Every song is either another one.
We the best.
Or we the best. Yeah.
Don't play yourself.
He be branding himself before the song even really started.
You smart.
At first, I used to thought like Khaled was like a rapper. Cause like he looked like he would be a rapper.
Man, but
then like I was like, hold up, like I ain't never heard like a lyric. And I was like, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is what he do.
That man ain't been out for a long time. It's one of those things where it's like DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, who's really still active, like, you know, Snoop, I guess you would say, Dr. Dre, like all these people, you really think about it, it's like these folks was in the game before a lot of this generation was even born.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Like I'm one of the last. I'm like one of the last generations that like I was at least born with Tupac now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks, hey, they gonna head out like. This is one of those things where it's like the more and more I've been like doing research and stuff like that, just like on YouTube and like the internet and stuff. Which I mean, you can't trust everything on the web.
Yeah, you can.
But it's like from popular, like, I guess suspicions and like, you know what I'm saying, just the way things went, those murders have a lot more connection, because I know for sure Biggie definitely died because Tupac died. Now I think Tupac died because dude had got beat up at the MGM. There was actually a video that Boozy put out. It's called Tupac Must Die. Some people didn't really rock with it, but it was basically the perspective of Orlando Anderson, which was the dude that ended up, I guess, allegedly, you know, I can say allegedly, shot Tupac. And so I was like, dang, because I was like, bro, like, you know, you think about it from their perspective, it's like you just got beat down and embarrassed in front of like everybody.
Yeah.
And you're in your 20s, you're gonna react very quickly, like, so.
It's that whole pride thing. It's that.
It's like the pride will get the best of you. And it's like now it's like losing Nip. It's like I think folks are finally starting to get it. It's like either we nip it in the bud now, because like all the internet beef and like all, like you look at Tekashi, for example. Like Tekashi's one of those people that is like, y'all were recorded doing everything that you were gonna lie and say that you didn't do. So it's like one of those moments where it's like, dang. And it's like you ratted out a whole troop of people. You can never go back to your neighborhood.
Nah, definitely not. You're gonna have to have security on you 24/7.
And I guess it's one of those things where it's like now, you know, he even tried to like add in Cardi B and Jim Jones.
Oh my god.
I was like, bro.
What?
Cardi was like, yeah, I'm Brim. Jim Jones has yet, I think, to do it. I think they actually had a recording of him telling dude to like super violate him. So like, I'm not in the gang world, so I don't really, all I know is from like academics and stuff that means like type. So it is what it is. Well, that's it for today. Definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in with us.
Most definitely, you know, want to show our love.
Of course, we're gonna have a bunch of different topics for y'all coming up. We're definitely gonna be in the lab working on a bunch of different things. Also, we do plan on having special guests come through just for different perspectives, and we'll also have some different ideas for you as well. Thanks.